You've been told just post content. And you've been doing that consistently, but you're still not enrolling more clients and customers into your business. So, in this video, I'm going to walk you through your very own content marketing strategy. So that way you enroll more clients, more customers, and your content efforts aren't wasted. Because what you're doing right now is just posting, but that's not a strategy. Neither is showing up. Showing up and just being present online is also not a strategy. A strategy is a plan that's designed to reach a specific goal. So let's dive in. Step number one is clarity on who you serve. Now, before you say, oh, I'm already clear, if you're not enrolling more clients and more customers, are you clear? Or are you clear on the wrong thing? What I see happening is that most coaches, experts, and thought leaders are very clear on what they teach. You're so clear on what you teach that you've completely forgotten to link what you teach to the problem that your audience has. So the two questions that you want to answer is what problem do you solve and who do you solve it for? Because what you teach is not a problem. What you teach is what you teach to solve a problem. So your audience has something in their mind that they're looking to get a result for, create a change, a transformation, look for a solution. They have that in their head. Let's say that you teach people how to work out. Well, do you teach people how to work out so that they can lose weight? Do you teach people how to work out so they can build muscle? Or maybe you teach people how to work out so they can recover from an injury. Those are all different facets of working out. So you teach the thing, but what is it that they are looking to solve? There's always going to be two positions in the marketplace. There is your point of view and there's their point of view. So what you actually want to be clear on is their point of view. And this is where a lot of people are not spending enough time. You're spending so much time looking at your craft, what you do. You're getting better, which is great. But what you haven't yet done is improved your marketing capacity. Your marketing ability is understanding the audience. And I mean understanding inside and out. They should literally say things to you like, wow, you are in my head. That's exactly how I'm feeling. Because here's the thing, they're often feeling something that they can't put words to. They just know that they feel a certain way. But the moment they come across you online and you put words to things that they feel, they're like, whoa, you've completely just shifted them. And now they're bought in. Before you even sell anything or promote anything, they're bought in because they feel seen, they feel heard, they feel understood, they feel validated. They don't feel crazy for going through whatever they're going through because you're like, I get you, I see you, I understand you. And maybe you're helping a person where you've already walked down that path. You could be like, I was there, I get that. And so it's essential for you to be super clear on your audience. It's the problem that they have, the problem that they think they have that they are trying to solve. We're going to get into the next step here because sometimes the problem they're trying to solve is not the actual problem, but we'll get into all that. And it really just matters that you are taking the time to do this because if you don't, you will be wasting your time creating content that just goes out into the void. Then you have all of these ideas, but you're not creating any direction with your ideas because you're not quite clear who's on the other side of your audience, who's on the other side of the actual screen. So you want to be super clear. I had a mentor of mine once actually give this example, and it was so great. He's like, if you teach stretching and mobility, people want to be more flexible, they want to be more mobile, but that is very broad. If you were to say, I teach you how to be more flexible and stretch for basketball players, swimmers, golfers, gymnasts, figure skaters. I said figure skaters because I used to be a figure skater. But if you were to package it like that, you're packaging your mobility and your stretching in that way. Now I'm paying attention. I'm paying attention because you're speaking my language. I identify with basketball player, with golfer, football player, swimmer, figure skater. I identify with that. I don't identify with stretching and mobility. But once you can give an identifier in the marketplace, people are all ears. They're paying attention because they feel part of a group and they feel like you're really talking to them specifically. So I want to make sure that you are really spending time on this part. Do not skip it. Okay, step number 2 is following my content authority formula. There are 7 steps to this formula, and it is going to be a game changer for you because once you hit these elements in your content, people can't help but to pay you because they literally feel seen, heard, and understood. Step number 1 inside of the content authority formula is diagnose the real problem. If you are super clear on the audience that you are serving and the problem that you are solving, then you know what their problem is. Remember, I also said that there's 2 points of views. There's yours and theirs. So the real problem is what you know they need. But you also want to understand the problem they think they have. So let's say that you are wanting to lose weight. And I use the weight loss example because it's really easy for people to understand. But let's say you want to lose weight and this person is looking for different cardio exercises, different ways that they can increase their heart rate with cardio because they believe that in order to lose weight, I need to do more cardio. So that's what they're looking for online. They've got their mind on cardio. Now, you as the expert, you know they actually need to build muscle. But they're not looking for that. They're actually running away and going in the other direction of muscle. So here is the actual problem that they have, which is they're not doing any strength training, but they think their problem is not doing enough cardio or not doing the right kind. So that means that when you come online, you want to approach them with what they believe their problem is. And then that leads us into step number 2, you disrupt their thinking. You have to disrupt their thinking because their way of thinking isn't leading them to results or to their goal. So when you diagnose the real problem, your hook that you use is going to be around the thing that they are looking for, their desire, what they are looking to achieve. And so now you can position cardio on the front end because they're going to take that bait because that's what's top of mind for them. They're going to be looking for that. But then in step number 2, you disrupt their thinking by backing up and creating a solid stance on why they actually need to be building muscle instead. Here's another example. If someone has neck pain, one of the ways we can actually get rid of neck pain is by improving our mobility in our mid-back, our thoracic spine. But if I'm searching on Instagram, YouTube, and I'm searching things, I'm not searching how to improve my mid-back to get rid of my neck pain. I'm actually just searching how to get rid of neck pain. So you want to make sure that you're actually meeting your audience where you're at. So you can position neck pain on the front end, but then you're going to build the case for increasing thoracic mobility. But if you just start talking about thoracic mobility, if you just start talking about increasing your resistance training, your people are running in the other direction. This is what I mean when I say you're so clear on what you teach, but you're unsure how what you teach solves their problem. And this is the issue with high achievers who are really intellectual, super, super smart. You know your stuff so well that you just haven't taken the time to consider what your person is searching for. You're in a rush to show people how much you know and to educate them because there's a part of you that still feels validated by putting your ideas online because you're still looking for a space to feel seen, heard, and understood yourself. But if you're running a business, it's about your customer. It is about the client. It is about your audience. And you want to make sure you're solving their problem, not using content to solve your own problem that you don't feel good enough and you need the validation in the marketplace. So be very careful about that. Take an inventory of when you are posting your content. If you're sounding more like a textbook, which is everything that's in your mind, you're just putting it out there and wanting people to catch up, they're not quite getting it. It's really going over their heads. All right, so that was 1, diagnose their real problem. Number 2, disrupt their thinking. Number 3, deliver a new possibility. Because right now they might be shortchanging what is really possible for them because they had this old way of thinking. Now you've come in here and busted that up. You've just busted that myth of whatever they thought. And now you're going to deliver a new possibility, which is very likely so much better than where they were even thinking was possible for them. Maybe they could lose more weight in less time, which is actually very true if you're doing strength training, right? They can lose more weight in less time. You can get rid of your neck pain so much faster because we're actually getting to the root of the issue, which is not from the neck. It's coming from a different part of the body, right? So you want to deliver a new possibility, what is available to them now. And you want to really paint that picture because they're going to adopt your new way of thinking. And when they adopt that, now that new possibility becomes available to them. Number 4 is you want to design a bridge. You literally want to design a bridge. Here's where your audience is. Here's where they want to go. And this is where you are. You're over here because you know how to get here. Your content literally takes them step by step by step to get over here to where they truly desire to go. And your content walks them in a direction that you want them to go in. They're not out here just thinking that they know it all and that they're looking for a solution that's not the real issue. Your content is actually taking them and showing them how you are able to solve their problem with this new way of thinking. Because we all have a blind spot. Your audience has a blind spot. They don't realize what they don't realize, or they would have already had the solution, which is why they need you and whatever it is you help them solve. So that bridge is your content pieces. And these 7 steps, once you start implementing this in every single piece of your content, then you're going to be able to take them across the bridge. And content is an ecosystem. I don't want you to think one post is going to blow up and bring all the sales in. Now, there is that peak moment where you have this kind of hit of a YouTube video, a hit of an Instagram post where things just really take off. But I also want you to realize it is a compounding effect. It is because you are taking your audience through these 7 elements and interweaving them in your content over time that you hit this peak where you get that one viral video and then things start to take off from there. But you don't need a viral video in order to enroll clients. You don't need that to happen because you are already speaking your audience's language. Now, a viral video is amazing and it's great. It brings more viewers. And you want to make sure that if you do go viral, you're doing it in a way that is attractive to your audience. What I mean is that you're not going viral for something other than what you want to be known for. I know somebody who literally gained like 40,000 followers overnight. Her video went viral and she called me and she was like, Siobhan, guess what? And I was like, what? She was like, my video went viral. Here's the thing about that video, though. It was not related to anything that she sells. It was a great video, but it wasn't related to anything that she sells. So now when she tries to put products into the marketplace with the viewers that she has, it's like crickets. No one's buying. But you go to her page and it literally says 40K followers. I think she's got maybe like 42K now or something like that. But it's like you get this one hit and that one hit brings in people, but it's not the right people. So when you are following this 7-step process, you are literally making sure that you are attracting the right people and you are bringing in people that genuinely want what it is you have. Number 5 is distill the message to their awareness. Everybody is aware of something, and it depends on how far up the awareness scale your people are. Some people might be aware of what their problem is, and some people might not be aware of what their problem is. So, for example, let's say I'm wanting to lose weight, and I've been doing some research and I've come across a couple things. It's now in my awareness that I need to strength train. So now I might be paying attention to more things geared towards strength training. But let's say I don't know anything about strength training and I'm just looking to lose weight and I think it's all about cardio. The awarenesses of both people are different. So your content has to meet people in their awareness level that you want to attract. I have got a free masterclass training. It is the 7 biggest content marketing mistakes that's killing your sales. And being able to talk to a person in their awareness level is one of the big mistakes. But there are 6 others. I will post a link of that in the description box and pin it in the first comment so that you can grab it, because you have to get these right in order for you not to just waste your time or feel like you're wasting your time creating content that isn't doing anything in the marketplace, that isn't properly positioned. So you want to be able to speak to their awareness. Now, let's say you sell this over here, strength training, but your audience is still looking for cardio things. Your content's got to take some time to build an awareness for them to understand how important strength training is. So you got to take time to build that. And those are not necessarily the people that are ready to buy right now, but those are people that you could nurture into buyers. But if you're ready for your buyers and your buyers are ready for you and they're in a higher awareness level, now you can talk about strength training for weight loss. And there's a subset of people that are going to pay attention. Okay. So it's really essential that you understand this. I talk a lot about emotional intelligence, spiritual intelligence when it comes to growing a business. And I am very clear that not everybody is in that space yet of understanding how important that is. And so because of that, a lot of my videos will take some time to educate and bring some people on board, but then I have some videos that go directly there. So you have these videos that will grow your audience and videos that will nurture your audience, right? So you want to make sure that you are talking at their awareness level or building up awareness. You want to distill that message down. And this is not about making them feel dumb or trying to shame them or anything like that. It's about simplifying. I get asked questions a lot about physical therapy, people asking me tons of questions about things. And they're like, man, how do you know that? And I'm like, this is what I've done for a long time, right? And so when you start to realize that people value your expertise, it's not because they're dumb. It's because they are really smart in other areas of their life and you have a skill set that serves them. And so it's really essential for you to understand that what you're good at, other people aren't good at. What other people are good at, you're not good at. And that's the whole point. That's how God set it up so that we can serve each other. And so when people ask me physical therapy related questions, I'm like, I was a PT for 13 years. Of course, I know answers, but it doesn't mean that they are any less than. It just means that I'm here to serve them in an area that my brain really understands how the body moves. So just keep in mind that awareness levels are really important. And distilling that message down is not to make them feel dumb. It's actually just to highlight an area that they weren't aware of, and it's to simplify it. Okay, number 6 is draw out their new identity. And I say draw for a reason, because there is a way that your audience feels on the inside where they have this knowingness and this aspirational identity that they are reaching towards. And when your content confirms a way that they feel, but haven't yet been able to reach, they're locked in because you've painted a picture for not only where they're able to go in terms of what's possible, but you have shown and proved that it's possible for them because you've activated that switch on the inside that speaks to them already. Here's the thing, people feel that they can do it, they feel like they can accomplish it, and they can. But there is something that is holding them back. There's an obstacle in the way. So when you can kick that obstacle out the way with your content, and you can confirm a way that they see themselves and a way that they already feel but haven't been able to access, they're in. They're in. They're looking for what you have to offer because you're the one that made them feel like that. And this is what happens when people are so intellectual and so smart. You get wrapped up in your own smartness that you forget that there's somebody else on the other side of the screen that's just looking to feel heard, seen, and understood. And they are looking from a place of, I want help. I really want help, but they don't know how to access that. And your content gives them access to new ways of thinking, new ways of seeing themselves, and a new way of solving their problem. And they are ready to buy. They desire to buy for that reason. And not just desire to buy, they desire to buy from you. Really, really essential here. Okay, number 7, last one, is to direct their next decision. What do you want them to do next? It is the worst When you have a fire piece of content, but then you don't invite people to do something else with you. And inviting them doesn't mean you invite them to buy whatever it is you sell. Inviting them could look like comment below with your biggest aha, and comment below with your biggest aha from this video. Comment below with your biggest aha. What is your biggest takeaway? Asking them to share this with a friend who also can benefit. Who's the first person that you think of? Share it with that person. Drop in the comments and let's start a conversation. Allow your people to continuously be fed and then give them an action that allows them to be fed. And you could have a promotion, you could have a CTA, which is a call to action that says, buy my thing, whatever it is you sell, inviting them to grab your free training, inviting them to watch the next YouTube video, check out this other thing. Like, where do you want them to go next? Especially if they really enjoyed it, they're going to be looking. So help them do that because you've already just built trust because you delivered such great information, such great transformation just in one piece of content. Now they're like, well, what's next? And now this is how they continue to binge you. And this is why when you have these 7 elements, now you're just really getting them equipped to thinking how you think, which is towards getting the solution. They're not being stuck in their old thinking. So you want to consistently put some of these elements into your pieces of content. You want to rope them in. You want to tell stories, use analogies, use metaphors. You want to really help people understand that you get them and what is possible for them and your way of thinking. Drop in the comments what was your biggest aha from this video. Share this with your business bestie and make sure that you grab the free training down below on the 7 biggest content marketing mistakes. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.